What's going on, guys? I haven't done an update in quite a while, actually, so I figured I'll keep put you guys up to date with what's really going on with this guy. Um, I'm doing the fuel system now. It seems that somewhere around 17 pounds of boost, even with the methanol. It's kind of starved of fuel. It's not too bad. It goes from 11.5 to 1 and then starts dropping to 12, and then I've let off there. I haven't ventured past that just because I don't want to hurt anything. But these are stock fuel rails here, and I just drilled them and cut the ends of these 90 degrees. These are -6, and I did that to both sides. Did that on the mill Bridgeport at work. I also did the back ones. I just fitted them using the Bridgeport, and you see they're all welded up. I didn't have it all threaded or anything like that. I actually had Titan Motorsports do that for me because all the welders had went home early. I work, I don't know, 2 seconds away. I could probably walk there, and they just welded it up for me in a little bit. I don't know if this is better or this is better. Probably this. Sorry about that. But yeah, I do have the methanol in here, just straight meth. And you see the injection plate here I made for it. I actually made a bunch of those, sending one out to a cousin of mine who's got a LT1. He's doing a meth kit. I also did the valve covers. These are aftermarket valve covers. I sanded them and wrinkle coated them because they were all polished. And then I did the dual breathers right here and right there. I made it to where you can't really see the pump for the I think I showed that before, where the pump's down inside here for the methanol. I took it out to Daytona, and it was awesome. I had a lot of fun going out there, driving it everywhere, and just beating the crap out of it. I had gotten a hole in one of the slicks, and I had to patch it up. But I guess that's just what happens when you ride with those ET streets on the street. Not really made for it. They're just soft compound tires. I did add an intercooler, but I actually put an air-to-air for now because I have the new one pretty much all designed, and you can see it right there, but which will be an air-to-water intercooler. But the problem is that it's a lot of money, and I will do it, but it's just gonna take some time because right now I'm thinking about doing transmission, possibly a turbo 400. I'd like a 4L80E, but I honestly don't know what I'm getting into if I do go 4L80. I just know a lot of people are using them and running pretty good numbers with them. Not that 400s aren't bad, but it's something I want to use on the street all the time. Let me see if I show you a little bit of the fuel system. I've been doing the AN lines here. I think I have it inside, but it's dual Aeromotive 340s. Should be good for 1,000+ pounds an hour. And I think that's pretty. Oh, whoa! There's a big one. There's a big thing. I was actually driving it, beating the crap out of it, and I noticed that whenever I hit the brakes, my check gauges light came on, which was weird. And I do have all the stuff hooked up to it, so it's got to be accurate. All the wiring's new and everything else like that, so I'm assuming it's accurate. At the time I did. And noticed that the oil pressure went down anytime the car would nosedive from braking, and the only thing that came up to mind was that pickup tube must have came out and I drove it home carefully, you know, hoping I didn't hurt anything. And I pulled all the oil out. The oil looked beautiful, you know. It never knocked and never made any crazy noises, which was good. And I seen the pickup tube in the pan, and it was welded on too. It was TIG welded on, but you know how that is. It's cast iron, and then the tube itself is just a metal tube. So that's just something that happened. So I gotta mess with that. I've thought about, you know, putting a billet pump in it, but that's big bucks. I think I might just re-weld it, you know, and make sure it gets welded, you know, heavy, like all the way around. Because this time I believe it might have had like 2 or 3 spots that were welded, but it wasn't welded all the way around. I think what I'll do is have it welded all the way around this time. And I've never had any issues like that. That's a first for me. I think that's probably about it as far as this car goes, because we've actually been making a lot of progress with the Nova, the crusty Nova here. Obviously the block. What happened with this was that my dad had taken the block to get cleaned at a local machine shop here that does engines, and I brought all my stuff to that guy and never had a problem with him. But he says that he's only dealing with like heavy industrial equipment now, so he doesn't want to take any kind of projects like this in, which is all we needed, was just to get it cleaned out. I even told him to just pull the bearings out and not even put bearings or plugs in it or anything, just pull the bearings out, clean it up, and bring it back to us, you know. But he says he doesn't want to deal with it. My dad took it somewhere else. I told him not to go there, and this is what they gave him back. You can see it's not really that clean, and my dad's been trying to actually clean this up. All this right here was my dad trying to just get all the crap out of it, but really all those people did was kind of just hose it down with soap and water, you know, and then charged them $100 to do it, which was ridiculous. If I was there, if it was me, they would have gotten a mouthful for sure. That kind of pissed me off, but you know, life goes on. Here you see the oil pan. That's that truck pan, and I got that sandblasted at work. Had the guys blast it for me, because I had to do a bunch of other stuff. I can't really go in there and do that kind of stuff. They won't let me. But we do have a 5.3 rotating assembly for it, because that was actually a 4.6 liter. And I have that actually inside the house, inside of a box. And we have a Turbo 400 coming for it with a full manual valve body. I do have the computer, you see it right there in this crazy mess of mine, and I do have the wiring harness too. So I just need, you know, fuel system, injectors, things of that sort. I'll show you. This is where I got the rotating assembly. Let's see. Oh, we got all the bearings and oil pump and all that other good stuff in here. You can see the crank. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a really nice crank, and it's the, I don't know if they're the, you know, the newer generation 5.3 rods and pistons. And back here I picked up some some 8.8 rear ends out of Explorers with locking diffs. And there's a funny story behind these suckers, because I went to the junkyard and was told, you know, that these were out there and I could get them for $150. And you know, they got disc brakes and everything, which is great. The other one doesn't. The other one's drummed, but we're gonna use this one right here. And they're 373, which it's a little higher than what I wanted. I'd like some, you know, 355s or something higher, but can't complain, especially because they were free. I went to the junkyard and they actually hit my truck whenever they were putting them in, and they told me I could just have them. They were just like, you know what, we don't want to mess with this. This kind of crap happens all the time. Just take them for free. And I'll show you where they hit it here. Right here. That's it. I mean, it's really not all that bad. It's just a little ding. That kind of fork just landed right on top, and then he came back and just messed that up. So I got those for free, and my dad said he'll fix that end up for me since he does body work and stuff. So I mean, overall not bad. We still need a few other things for it, but it's pretty much coming together pretty quick and fairly cheap. I mean, heck, we got the whole engine we got for free. So, and you know, the rear ends as well, and even the turbo 400 is only $400, and it's already fully built, you know. So we'll see what happens with all this, and I'll update later. Thanks guys for watching.